Your time starts now.
Good evening, Singapore. Good evening, judges. Thank you, Tech in Asia. Online and offline retail are very similar. You walk into a store up front, you have popular items, new arrivals. You walk in the back, you have men's, women's. But if Dimitri here wants to buy a pair of shoes, he's going to most likely ask that lady. She's going to ask him for his size, what brand, features, color. That's going to help Dimitri find the right pair of shoes, eventually probably buy it. That is nothing but on-site search in an e-commerce store. And there are thousands of online retailers which do not have that ability, and they are leaving money on the table. People who search are looking to buy something. The large guys get it. Walmart, in fact, bought Cosmix to beef up their site search capabilities. Because site search is going to pump up revenues. In fact, search conversions could be 4 times your browse conversions if it's done right. Tagalys is an enterprise SaaS product which helps you have a great site search capability where we actually build, manage, maintain, and innovate this for you. And why us? This is data from one of our clients who went live. We've actually upped their conversion on the search funnel by 72%. That led to a 122% increase in revenue. So a quick demo from one of our clients who are going live. This is basically their current search capabilities, which has pretty bad results. The same data via a product feed which comes into Tagalys. We automatically tag the products, assign it into the right attributes, which helps you have that conversation of picking the right products in your catalog, no matter how big the search query is. Black dresses, blue dresses, we can still find it for you. We've also gone ahead and started building a recommendation platform based on the mathematical similarity of products. Now here, you as a retailer can customize what is it you want to actually prioritize there. Is it going to be the color, the sales data, the functionality of the product? You get to override a couple of features and prioritize what's important for you. Another feature which we've started launching right now, very popular at Amazon and ASOS, is related searches. These help keep your visitors engaged on your site, but they also bring in organic traffic into your site, which again help drive revenues. How do we do it? What you saw was basically the demo my client's going through right now, and they're going to customize what is it they want to do. They auto-suggest the functionality of search, the filters, the products. Once we get their requirements, we give them an API that's integrated into their product and powers their search bar. So, we are bootstrapped. We have not raised a single dollar so far. For the last 1 year, we've been fortunate to work with customers who pay us on time, and we've been growing organically. What we'd like to experiment going forward as we keep building product is to start experimenting on various online and offline channels to acquire more customers at a much faster pace. In terms of revenue, we have 2 models right now. We actually charge our customers for the setup. We spend time with them to understand the requirements, and that makes Tagalys very customizable, and they pay us for it. After that, every month we get paid a monthly flat fee based on the volume of searches that runs through our database. But eventually, like I said, I'd like to build a company where I get charged for the value we add in incremental revenue, and that day will come. The market's great, it's growing, right? So thanks to the growth in mobile commerce right now, a lot of people love searching, which makes it really important. But Tagalys can also be applied to browse. Think about it. Men's t-shirts is nothing but a search for men's t-shirts. And we can add the same functionality and intelligence behind Tagalys even into your browse capabilities. We have competition out there, but the biggest competition I face today is the CTO. We go in there, we educate them, they get excited, and the CTO wants to build it. And the way we mitigate that is by actually talking about the opportunity cost and asking them to focus on their core competency and leave search to us. My co-founder and I wake up, sleep, breathe, thinking of search and how to make it better. And we want to pass on the benefits to you. This is something we actually built to solve our own pain points. We've been working 4 years together. Tagalys was something we built in a previous startup past, which is so awesome. We thought we'll share with the world for a small fee, of course. And that's how we started going to market in May 2014. We are in the market finding a strategic investor because while we make money, I'd like to experiment on various distribution channels to find what's the best way to scale up Tagalys while we keep building product. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Tagalys.
I'd like to also invite my co-founder, CTO, Pauline, on stage for the Q&A. Thank you.
Okay, judges, take it away.
Could you elaborate a little bit on how scalable your model is in terms of service delivery and your revenue model?
By service delivery, you mean is it like a one-click install?
I mean, the way you install it to your customers, if it's too much of a personnel-intensive model,
It is a person-intensive model right now. We are not working on scalability at the moment.
How about the future plans?
So, today, future, if we were to compromise certain aspects of Tagalys right now, we can make it scalable. But right now, we're focusing on building our product because our customers are helping validate our hypothesis of what features to build up front, and again, how to even build those features right now. So at this point, Pauline and I want to build a great product first, and then think about scalability afterwards.
Are you focusing right now, maybe I misheard this, but you're not focusing on a vertical right now? You're looking at it on like not vertical agnostic?
So we are vertical agnostic, but ironically, most of the customers who come into Tagalys are in the fashion space. I think fashion is a searchable category. You go in there searching for a full sleeve shirt or maybe a floral skater dress, right? But when it comes to maybe electronics, it is more specific. So it's just by chance we are in fashion a lot right now, and home and lifestyle.
I mean, you pointed out correctly that this industry is pretty competitive. You have Swift Type, which is actually YCOM alumni. You have Denote that's coming out of Vancouver. You have Algolia, who's invested by, I think, Storm Ventures. So I think in many ways you really need to stack up on technology acumen. I just want to understand, have you done a competitive analysis between how you stack up with those competitors as a CTO?
So there are a bunch of competitors, including Algolia, for example, very impressive. I think what our main differentiator is, we have a base search product that works really well. We get really great search results. Okay, so we're not behind anybody in that respect. We work with the customer in the initial stages. We spend 2 to 4 weeks with them trying to understand what the customers are looking for. They understand their market better than we do. And we work with them in a very detailed way and set it up so that the search results and everything are exactly what their customers would want. And I think that is what differentiates us from like bigger companies that are much more scalable.
So more of a FMS, fully managed service model than that of like a self-service API plug-in and go model, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
So more of an FMS, fully service managed model than that of a plug-and-play self-service model, right?
Initially, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You had a slide up there and it showed 8 customers and then 4 revenue streams. I don't understand. What's the difference between those two?
So, when we started Tagalys, site search was the only way we actually made money out of. Now we started, like I said, recommendations, another way we can actually make money out of it right now with the same engine we have. Related searches, another revenue stream for us right now. And eventually browse will be the 4th stream of revenue for us with the same product.
Okay. And then here's the thing. I think what this space is going to ultimately come down to is who can sell better than everyone else. And so it shows that you were able to close some people significantly. What's your sales pipeline? Like you said, basically, your biggest obstacle is educating CTOs on buy versus build. So what are you saying to them that ultimately convinces them to do that? Like how are you going to outsell all the competition? Because everyone's going to work on the exact same features.
So in terms of the, again, there's a functionality of, I guess, which country I'm operating out of right now. In India, people want to build everything for the most part. So that's been my current experience. And most Indian CTOs are influenced by the CEO. So we work about opportunity cost and then convince the CTO that it's actually better to give us the chance to build it right now, because if you're going to build it 5 months from now, you will lose revenue. And 5 months from now, we're going to be far better than we were today. That's how we actually kind of work with the CTOs today.
Here's the thing, that sounds great, but again, that's the exact same argument every other company is going to sort of make. So I'm just wondering, like, do you have a sales process? Do you have an unfair advantage on sales that you're going to be able to went everyone else out over everyone else?
Not today, actually. So in fact, in the last 1 year, I've not focused on sales at all. These customers were organic, through referrals, word of mouth. That being said, in the pipeline, I'm working on a partnership with somebody else who has a larger sales pipeline, which I'm tapping into for sure, in the form of an offline partnership with somebody else. But sales has not been something I'm focused on right now. To give you a very educated answer, I've been working on product, and customers came along the way.
I mean, to add upon what Kevin just said, you'll probably have to really focus on the vertical you want to specialize on. So for example, if you want to do e-commerce, it's a pretty competitive arena, but if you want to do pharma search, it's a very different arena that you want to look at, and different sensibility to search you want to actually dig into. So as quickly as you can, as you understand your customer base, you will have to look at which vertical you want to make your niche into, and then guard it.
Thank you for the feedback. Thank you.
And then you probably want to make it into kind of like a plug-and-play package so that it's scalable sales.
Most certainly.
The customization that you do, how geographically unique is it? Would it work the same way in Thailand and in Indonesia? Have you had any experience with that?
So one is there is a language limitation right now at this point at least. So most of our clients, it works in English for the most part.
Do you mean the language or specific something else?
Based on your work with existing customers, do you see that you have to do the same thing in a different geography or a completely different thing, learn from scratch as to how to do what you do in a different geography?
So our geography is right now India and the US. So we don't know what would change.
Between those two, how different and how different the skill set we need to develop in the team to serve the other market into the US, West India?
So the company, in fact, time to integrate is actually getting better and better because it is very limited differences between the Indian market in terms of expectations. The only difference is with the Indian customers, there is a vernacular element we have to add to our search engine. So we have a very large synonym library out there, for example, right? And I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the word saris, but in sari you have Kanjivaram and Kanchipuram, right? So that's like a vernacular element which is very country-specific, language-specific, but as an engine, the features, the functionality, the results they want in the end, it's all the same actually.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you for your time. Thank you so much.
Okay, so that brings us to the halfway point of Arena. At this time, we're going to take a short 5-minute break. So take a quick rest and we'll be right back. See you soon.